Welcome back again. In this section, we are going to look into installation requirements needed for Hyperledger Fabric. So the installation requirement for Hyperledger Fabric depends on the operating system that you will be using. So depending on the operating system that you will be using, you have to install different packages and the softwares that is needed by Hyperledger Fabric. So I've already installed all those packages in my system. So I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna look like and how you guys can verify whether all the packages required by Hyperledger Fabric is installed or not. So let me go through one by one what all the packages or the softwares that you have to install for Hyperledger Fabric. First, you need to install Git, and then you need to install CORL. Then you have to install Docker and Docker Compose as well. Then you have to install Go, and then you have to install Node.js and npm package manager, which is Node Package Manager. So these are the requirements for Linux OS. But if you are working with Windows OS, then you have to install Python as well, because Python doesn't come out of the box in Windows. So you have to install Python explicitly, and you also have to install some Windows extra items for the Windows to support Docker and Docker Compose. And it's the same for Mac OS as well. So for Mac OS also, we need to see you need to follow the same procedure like the way you follow with Linux. So there's not much difference between Linux and Mac. But for Windows, you have to explicitly install Python, and you have to go through a procedure where you can facilitate Docker in Windows. So now let me go and let me show you how it looks like when you install these in your machine. So I have already installed all those softwares and packages in my system, and I am using Mac OS. So let me just execute this command. So once you guys install all those softwares that I've listed, please do go and try executing these commands as well to cross verify the successful installation of all those packages and softwares. So first, let me go and see whether the curl is there. So I have curl and I have npm as well. And let me go and check the Docker version. So before checking the Docker version, you have to see whether your Docker is up and running or not. Then let me go and check Docker Compose. Docker Compose version. So I have Docker Compose version installed. Then I'll check Go version. I have Go and Python. I don't need to check this because mine is Mac OS, but if you are using Windows, you have to cross check again. Then check whether Node is installed, and also check the Git version, because Git is where we will be downloading the sample code from. So you have Git version as well. So these are the packages that you need to keep in mind when you are trying to install all the dependencies as well. Um, so that is it for this lecture. And in the next lecture, we are going to look into application lifecycle management. As part of that process, we are going to look into installing and instantiating the Chaincode package and configuring endorsement policies, defining collection policy for private data, and how to modify and upgrade the Chaincode. So that is it for this lecture. We do have private tutoring session for more one-to-one interaction and one-to-one guidance. Please do subscribe for private tutoring session from Coding Bootcamps. That's it for this lecture. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.